Hi, folks. This is video number 55, and the title is Donnie Plays Bass. Donnie played bass. Back in my high school days, electric guitars had been invented and were becoming very popular. My close friends, Jimmy and Carl, and I got together with the Shermans for jam sessions sometime every night of the week. Mr. Sherman was a maintenance man at the high school. He played violin. His wife played flute and mandolin, and their son Ned played drums. Carl played banjo, Jimmy played lead, and I played rhythm guitar. Jimmy had an electric and I had an acoustic. We played bluegrass music. I decided I wanted to try a bass guitar. I bought one. I didn't have the money for a good amplifier at first, but Jimmy's amp had two inputs. We figured we'd try that in the meantime. The day I got it, Jimmy and Carl came over here to Mom and Dad's. We set up in one side of the living room. We started playing a song, and the bass sounded pretty good. It came with a long stretch cord. I guess it was about 25 feet long. I wanted to check out the sound farther away from the amplifier, so I started to walk backwards facing the guys and the amplifier. I was liking this new bass. It sounded really good. And then it happened. Boom! The bass slammed into my chest and my arms went straight out from my sides and hit the archway frame. All I could hear was I remember yelling, shut it off, over and over. I could see Carl laughing, and Jimmy laughed so hard he fell out of his chair. Then, boom, I was thrown clear across the room and landed on my head against the wall with my body on the wall and feet just under the living room clock. Wow, I had to have help to get upright again. What happened was I had on nylon socks, and as I backed up, I just touched the furnace grate with the back of my heel. We had a coal hot air furnace. The grate in the floor, it's still there, was 4 by 4 foot cast steel and was directly atop the furnace. When I made contact, I was immediately grounded and shorted the guitar, causing me to be electrocuted. It burned a hole in my sock and a small spot in my heel. The toughest part of the ordeal was trying to walk. My legs were locked straight. I could not bend my knees. For the next 2 weeks, I could get around but looked like Gumby. Get my legs back in working order, I positioned myself in a doorway and raised my hands and pushed myself down into a squat position. Then I'd grab the top molding and pull myself back up. After about 2 weeks of doing that, my knees and ankles started working normally again. A while later, I talked with my dad about this experience. He said that being I had no lasting problems and looking back on it was kind of funny. He told me that when I was stuck to the furnace, I had a blue outline, just like a cartoon character. I don't remember that part. He agreed that I was probably stuck to the furnace about 10 seconds. How far did I get thrown? The living room was 14 feet wide. Back in those early days of the electric guitar, a few people were not as lucky as me. Folks walked in wet grass or sat in aluminum folding chairs and were electrocuted and died. So like anything else, pay attention to any possible hazards. If you're going to play electric guitar or use power tools, the result will be the same. I sold the bass and went back to acoustic. Well, folks, that concludes my little escapade about playing the bass guitar. As usual, I wish you all the best.